What does it cost to start a soap business? This is a scary question to ask and a scary one to answer. But the reality is there are a lot of variables from soap business to soap business, and a lot of the expense is up to you. So grab your coffee and let's chat about the cost of starting your soap business. If I were going to give you a dollar amount of what it would cost to start your business, to start a soap business, it costs X dollars. That would just be scary. And it would actually do you a great disservice because it takes out all the variables that are involved in creating a soap business that have cost involved that you actually have a lot of control over. There's a lot of those variables that you need to consider and just make some wise decisions about where you are, where your financial picture is right now and what you can afford at what time. And it would completely take away the time element out of the equation. The fact that you don't have to do this all at once. You can pace yourself and really make the expenses much more doable. Think about it this way. Think about having kids. If you knew how much those kids were going to cost you total, you would never have them. It would be a scary number. You would never have them. But along the way of raising kids, you have a ton of choices about how much those kids are going to cost. You decide if you're going to eat out or if you're going to cook at home. You decide what stores to purchase clothing from. You decide what brand of shoes they're going to wear. You decide what vacations they're going to take and what schools they're going to attend. All of this is up to you. The same is true with your business. You can do it all expensive and fast, or you can take your time and build as your budget allows. And remember, even in the initial phases of your business, it should be bringing in some money. So that will help offset some costs as well. When I started Big Red Barn Goat Milk Soap, I knew that I wanted a business, but we were raising 8 kids at the time, and I knew that there would never be money for that. So I gathered up my birthday and Christmas money and started my business with about $300. I purchased some supplies, made the soap, and my initial goal was just to make my money back. I'm going to put in this $300 and I'm going to see if I can get it back. And I just continued that cycle. And eventually it would bring back $350 and $400 and $500 and $1,000. And pretty soon, with multiple cycles of just putting money in and seeing if I can get it back, that started my baby business in motion. So it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It's the consistency of putting it in and doing the work to get it back that helps get that ball rolling. The pace at which you grow your business is also critical. Only do what you can afford at the time. Set a budget for your business and then stick with it. When you have an amount per month, spend that and then stop. And then next month, spend that amount and then stop. Then when your business starts to bring in additional money, you can move a bit faster. Keep track of any personal money that you invest in your business at the beginning. No matter what that number ends up being, eventually your business should be able to slowly and incrementally pay you back. So keep track of that number. You're going to need it when your business starts bringing in some money. You have a lot of choices along the path of building your business. Do you shop at the thrift stores or do you buy everything new? Are you going to invest in a website or are you going to offer your stuff on Etsy? Are you going to go to small local shows or do you want to go to the bigger shows that are a little bit further away? When people buy from you, are you going to give them their purchase in a fancy bag or just in a brown paper bag? You control all of these expenses that your business is going to incur. And if you take it slow, your business can grow at a pace you can afford. Another thing to think about as you're considering the cost of starting your business is that at some point you're going to need to make a bigger purchase. At some point you are going to need to invest in something to help move your business forward or to help jump over some hurdle that you've encountered. This is an important piece to remember because at times you need to get a desired result quickly, and sometimes that's going to take a little bit of an investment. Maybe you're going to need to purchase a piece of equipment. Maybe there's a larger show that has a bigger entry fee and you're going to need to have some money around to handle that. or maybe you need some education. Maybe there's just a piece of building this business that you don't understand and you just need some help walking forward down that path. And that education is going to have a cost as well. Setting aside a small amount of money regularly to handle those expenses is so wise. It allows you to make some bigger purchases that could really jump your business forward. One of the things you might want to invest in is a course to help you get your business up and running quickly. The quicker you're bringing in money, the better. And being part of a course where you know you're going to have all the pieces in place just helps relieve the stress and smooth the path a little bit to help you get to that spot where your business is bringing in a small amount of money quickly. It just gives you the confidence that you're doing it right the first time. Think about this. How long will it take you to DIY your business? 6 months? A year? I think that's very, very possibly the case. How many craft shows and online sales will you have missed during that time? How much income will you have missed out on while you're DIYing your business? Now that feels different. That feels different than what is this going to cost? Think about how much income am I going to have missed out on? If you're looking for someone to walk beside you as you are building your soap business and to make sure all the pieces are in place and that you have what you need to get this thing going, we would love to be that for you. Be sure to click the link in the description of this video to join our business tips email list. There's no cost, there's nothing yet, but our business bundles we're preparing them right now and they're going to be ready soon. So when you are on that email list, you will be sure to be notified when we have those ready, and you can take a look at them and see which tier or which of these options would fit you now in where you are in building your soap business. Building a business is a big task, and the fear of the money part can be daunting, but you don't have to do it all at once, and you don't have to do it alone. You always have control at the pace at which you make purchases. And if you're looking for community and some way to make sure you're staying on course, we would love to have you join us. Be sure that you're on our business tips email list so that you are one of the first to know when our business bundles are ready for you to take a look at. In our next video, we're going to talk about how much time will a soap business take. We're going to talk about how to have a plan for your soap business so you can know in advance what will be needed to keep your business from being a time-sucking monster. I'll see you there.